It has almost been 6 months in our life in pandemic and we are still not used to it. People across the globe have not been able to shake off the horror which has seized them and changed almost all aspects of their life in the most dramatic of ways possible. It is neither possible for us to come in terms with it nor to accept the fact that this is the new normal. COVID 19 has caused global social and economic disruption, including the largest global recession. It has affected people across the globe in different ways. The most drastic effect of the pandemic has most likely been in the education system, not only of the nation but the whole world. It has led to a complete closure of schools, universities, and colleges, impacting the life not only of millions of student and teacher communities but have far-reaching economic and social effects. The arguments regarding whether online classes are better in comparison to face-to-face classes are still at its verge. It is for a fact true that virtual learning does provide a lot of opportunities to the children, including access to a wide range of study and reference material, and it has also made conceptual learning with the help of virtual technology possible. But the question is that enough? There is a saying that good things do always come hand in hand with a bunch of consequences, and in this case, these are the varying health problems that are seen popping up in the younger generations these days. We will come to that later. Keeping that question aside for a moment, the question that needs to be addressed first is about who is benefited from online classes and to how much extent. Irrespective of national and linguistic variations, there are three categories of students. First ones amongst them are the extraordinary ones or the studious ones, for whom it doesn't matter whether the classes are virtual or face-to-face classes because they will do their work no matter what. But they constitute only a small proportion of a class. In the second category, which constitute more than half of the students, are the average or above ones. There are times when they are fully concentrated and times when they find their minds slipping off. And in the case of these students, to a large extent, it had been the healthy competition among their fellow mates in their classrooms that have urged them to study so far. But I don't think they'll get to experience the seriousness of the situation in virtual classrooms. Even the components of life which had kept us aside from online presence and given us relief throughout these days are now being immersed with screen viewing multiple hours a day. And the last category is the weak ones who, despite the efforts from their own side, are not able to perform well. It's now a time when they're completely distracted, and back in schools it was usually the efforts from the teacher's side that helped them to get their grades. But the virtual classes do not have that effect on them. Aren't they a part of the student community as well? And which among these categories have benefited from virtual learning, and even if they have, to how much extent? And coming back to the increasing health issues among students, increased screen timings have caused fatigue, headache, and nervous problems. In severe conditions, cases of anxiety and depression have also been reported from many parts of India itself. The overburdening of students with schoolworks has led them into lack of motivation, procrastination or avoidance, and more importantly, social isolation, and the list of health issues continues. I think now we can decide between the two, virtual learning or face-to-face classes.